Так, всем доброе утро, вечер, день. Смотря что у вас. Опять я не выспался нифига. Вот. И как оказалось, опять сегодня только до 10 можно. Опять, блин, всякие дела начнутся. А хотя суббота на дворе. Так, осталось 4 денька всего. Как обычно, начинаем с ежедневок. Потому что ежедневки это стабильный доход в 60 примагимов в день. Бабочки никогда не мешают для двойной смолы. Так, артерии земли. Это нормально. Вот Мона вместе с Аякой вообще нормально будет, я думаю. Я думаю, можно такую собрать нормальную пачку. Если Мона Аяка. Еще к ним добавить Радарию. И какого-нибудь хила рассеивающего. Типа Саю. Нормально, но фрикадельку, в принципе, можно еще прокачать где-то. Все. В любом случае, я деда собирал так, чтобы у него щит просто был. О, испытание по битью грибов. Для этого испытания отлично подходит дед. Берем, ставим столбик. Блин. В общем, надо поставить столбик посередине. Вот так вот. Оп. И он будет бить по площади. Смысл в этом как бы был. Так, нам сюда. Тут разлом я еще не открыл. О, сундучок. Может открыть как раз по дороге. Мимо сундука пройти сейчас вообще не очень. Бам. Все-таки таланты нужно прокачать. А, да, я ж сундук открываю. Думаю, что такое? Масочки, сундучки. Хорошо. И это тоже прихватим. Что получается по талантам-то? Ну да, в принципе, дед не очень бьет, потому что не прокачан талант, потому что я вот это качаю сначала. А Якуса то же самое. Не, ну сегодня суббота, сегодня философию золота собираем. Потому что она нужна для деда. И она нужна для байды. Чтобы башенки разрушить. Да блин, не мешай, ну. Все, вот так вот разрушу эти башни дурацкие, все. Нет, я не попал по башне, ну. Ну блин, переключись. Все. Никого нет, область зачищена. Зачем, только непонятно. Полетели. Сундучок мне не помешает. Оружие надо качать, артефакты надо качать. О. И куда она делась? Вон она. Эта фея надо мной издевается, что ли, ну? Пошли вон отсюда. Опа. Вот этот тайничок. И все упало туда, да? Ошибись просто. О, руда. Это я удачно зашел. Здоров, здоров. Так, что-то я уже не туда пошел. У меня, блин, ежедневные задания. Я тут попёрся. Так, что тебе надо? Что произошло? Что мне сделать, чтобы ты мне дал 10 примагемов? Кого буду крутить? Ну, как бы у меня была дилемма, потому что я на самом деле из этого баннера не хотел ни Сяо, ни этого самого, ни Аль-Хайтама, но Яо-Яо вот единственная вот из персонажей, кто меня в этом баннере привлекала. Значит, я крутанул 30 раз, то есть 3 раза по 10. И мне выпала, блин, дурацкая Сянлин. 2 раза, блин. И ни один раз Яо-Яо не выпало. Вот, я как бы для себя сначала решил, что типа, если выпадет Яо-Яо, я и возьму второе созвездие в этом самом, в бесплатном этом. Вот. Жиза, да у многих, я смотрю, жиза. Как бы я посмотрел, если мне выпадет Яо-Яо, я возьму, как бы, ей второе созвездие. Но мне она не выпала. А потом я посчитал, ну, забил показания на счетчик. С2 будет. Ты про Сянлин или про Яо-Яо? Я вон уже С2, блин. Ну что это такое? И вот это тоже. Ну что это такое? А Яо-Яо не выпало. А здесь я еще не забрал. Короче, я подсчитал и понял то, что у меня гарант, блин, очень скоро будет. А я как бы его тратить случайно так не хочу, потому что у меня в прошлый раз выпал одновременно в одной крутке и гарант Аята, и 50 на 50 Мона. Значит, в следующий раз у меня, блин, буквально близко должен быть, и поэтому я боюсь просто еще раз крутить, чтобы мне выпал один из этих мужчин. Поэтому я все-таки думаю взять терпение в кулак и смириться с тем, что мне Яо-Яо не выпадет. И в этой штуке лучше взять тогда байду, чтобы улучшить ей созвездие. И плюс еще в следующем баннере, возможно, она выпадет еще больше. То есть, как бы, пожертвовать маленькой Яо-Яо для того, чтобы был шанс улучшить байду. То есть я понимаю, конечно, то, что у нее в следующем баннере будет шанс, но, блин, мои шансы это, конечно, так себе. А так, у меня гарантированно будет третье созвездие, и плюс в следующем гарант будет на C1 Хутау. Так что я думаю, что маленькая Ява C5 нормально. C5 это уже неплохо. Ага, Хома, конечно. Хома, да, вот прям взял Хому, да. У меня ни одного легендарного копья нету. Кстати, насчет копий. Я же кисточку хотел прокачать чуть-чуть. Чтобы чисто деду подземелья давать. Хомы нету. Есть только гроза драконов и смертельный бой. Но на оружейный баннер у меня нету гаранта. У меня там следующий 50 на 50. Так, помолчите, пожалуйста. Небесная ось? Ну, кстати, я не помню про небесную ось. Но вроде она подходит многим. Это Хому всего пару человек может с ними ходить. Типа там Сяо, Деда и, соответственно, Хутавы. Трындец, это все задание? Перейти улицу и доставить посылку? У тебя настолько мало времени, что ли? Все. Примаге мы получили. Сегодня суббота, сегодня будем... Нужно... Нет, за артефактами, конечно, нужно. За артефактами надо, но сегодня, я думаю, всю смолу потрачу на то, чтобы деду достать таланты. Вот эту философию о золоте. Стоять. Цветочки сначала соберу, потом телепортнусь. Что, бегать буду по городу. С артами у меня, конечно, вообще плохо все. Блин, у кого-то вообще их нету даже. Просто тут, ну, немножко докачать уже, как бы, нормально столб хотя бы, что был бы. И начинать качать уже атаку, потому что он у меня в физ-урон стоит. А то, что останется, можно потом байде перекинуть. Так что я думаю, это неплохое вложение. Так, все, давай награду. Так что вот такие вот дела. Собираем руду, чтобы улучшать оружие. Я не всю собрал. Слишком быстро вышел. Еще Куджусара осталось. Все. Так, теперь тратим всю. А, всю не получится. Зараза, бабочки кончились. Тогда за бабочками. Так, один момент. Поставим ловительницу бабочек 90 уровня. Текст, где у нас еще бабочки водятся? Здесь. Тыц. 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 Ну все, я думаю, хватит, чтобы 80 превратить в 2 густые смолы. Да. Все. И идем набирать на таланты деду. И байде. Потому что как бы таланты их набрал и потратил. А вот с артефактами это придется возиться. Так, а ну-ка я кому-то попробую залететь. Ходят слуги, что в кооперативе выпадает иногда получше. Не надо ко мне присоединяться, давайте я к кому-то. Я к кому-то. Да вы издеваетесь, что ли? Я хочу к кому-то залететь, я не хочу быть хостом. Ну? Что, никто не выбивает, что ли? Отстой. Ну и ладно, сам тогда буду. Кто нам тут нужен? Ну, можешь помочь, если хочешь, присоединяйся. Мне просто по-быстрому этот... А, ты вышел уже? Ну ладно. Так. Тут Фату и Пира, и это... А, тут два этих. Точно, все. Кто там нужен? Гидро и Электро. Ну вот, байду. Всё. Моих непрокачанных фаворитов. Ай, боевой пропуск. Пам-пам-пам-пам. Погнали. Бейте. Ох, нету урона вообще. Байда без артефактов вообще. Дедус без талантов. И куда ты побежал?
Take flight.
А Яка без одного артефакта еще. А Яке только кубок найти бы нормальный. На крио-урон желательно. Больше артефактов. Каких артефактов? Талантов. Жалко, что с талантами не выпадает какой-нибудь хотя бы один какой-нибудь артефакт. Был бы уже приятный бонус. Так, артефакты отдельно, это отдельно. Ну ударьте. Оп, качать, качать, надо качать.
Solidify. Coming sound to art. Summetsu. Confess. Power that ended Haishan.
Stabilize. I will have order.
Нормально. Кстати, что у меня у Бейды стоит? Какой-то один артефакт я на нее достал, он мне понравился, я оставил, да? А, накрыт урон и мастерство стихий. Да. 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 Тут кубка нету. Тоже кубка нету. У меня вообще дополнительных никаких артефактов не осталось. Я все раздал. Да, беда. Беда. Тут с защитой. Да, так себе. Туру-ту-ту-туру-ту-туру. Еще 2 раза. Надо подготовить деда к понедельнику. Чтобы хоп, и ему докачать столбики. Чтобы раз и било прям вообще невероятно. Все, и сразу Аяку. Ух, хорошо. Все хорошо, только по урону нехорошо. Ну и чё стоим? Ой, мало, мало. Все, еще один разок. Последний разок. Только там ему на таланты еще слаймов нужно. Надо посмотреть, чтобы были. Хотя должны быть, по идее.
Solidify. I will have order.
Eyes on me. Whirling snow.
Иди сюда.
Gather. Order guide you.
Embrace the ice.
Хотя вообще Аяку, по идее, надо брать в отряды, где есть гидра и есть еще один криво. Тогда она получше будет. Вот я ее думаю вместе с Моной и вместе с Розарией поставить. И будет вообще нормас. Все, покинуть. Покинуть. Идем теперь это все собираем. Так, мне нужна о золоте. Вот она. Лайла работает. Оп. Да. И еще философия о золоте. 7. Отлично. Слаймусов надо было. Все, сахароза в работе сразу. Замечательно. И что вышло? Да. Да. Придется еще и завтра выбивать. Да, таланты что-то вообще как-то не таланты. Как-то обидненько. Блин, по этим, в принципе, можно обменять, но нету. Ё-моё. Придется ждать понедельника опять. Черт! Это значит, завтра тоже нужно будет туда же идти. Не очень хорошо. Я бы даже сказал, вообще не очень хорошо. Так, у кого там был непрокачанный артефакт? Какой-то я один поставил кому-то. Ну, если не считать только этого кубка дурацкого, который я выкинуть хочу. О, треуголочку на восстанову мастерство стихий. Отлично. Это фигня. Та-та-ран. Так. Сколько у нас обменять только на одну хватит? В принципе, этих еще можно будет набрать через 3 дня. Всё нормально, можно считать. На Хутаву должно хватить. Ну все, этот баннер я крутить не буду. То выпадет еще. И сразу тогда возьму, чтобы потом не решать уже. Все. Прости, Яо-Яо, но я вкладываюсь в Бэйдоу. Эх, потому что она мне нравится. А можно еще одного? Нет. Жалко. Все. О. О. Вот это нормально. Кстати, да. Для нее печатки нужны. Но она будет после деда идти. А печатик-то... А, печатки есть. Давай, сахароза. 1 бонус. Так, и гарды для Якуса. Нормально. Хорошо. Хорошо. Что теперь? Теперь продолжаем сюжет Золотого Шакала. Но сначала в чайник. В чайник надо зайти, забрать валюты, чтобы в понедельник было на что покупать дополнительную смолу. Оп, 1400. Смола стоит 1200. Да? Да. Все, отлично. К этому мы подготовлены. Цветы растут. Все, Золотой Шакал. Проходим дальше. За него же мне дадут Нет, что, мне за него даже примагемов не дадут. Ну ладно. Все равно пройти надо, а потом уже можно, если время останется по дополнительным, пойти собрать примагемов. Блин, как же мне непривычно-то, а? Вот с самого начала игры играл на сайке, и все, теперь не могу привыкнуть просто бегать где-то. Вот так вот. Опа, сундучок. Так, я сначала сундучок хочу взять. Нет!
Hold it right there. Heading to the desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
Я советую тебе взвесить, потому что за тобой стоит сундук, и меня ничто не остановит.
That doesn't matter. All you need to know is that someone wishes to inform you that it's not too late to turn back.
Спасибо.
You must be Sino. I've heard a lot about you. You've got quite a reputation. But this time you're in over your head. Unless you turn around right now, I'm afraid that even you won't return unscathed. And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you?
Не твое дело вообще.
Have you really thought it through? You're not just doing this for recognition, are you, Sino? My employer said that he's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market. I'm sure that would help your investigation appear to be successful enough. On top of that, he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see, you get both Mora and a boost to your reputation. I can't think of a reason why you would pass that up.
Is that so? Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough. Get out of my way.
Sorry, no can do. We're getting paid to ensure you disappear. Since you won't turn back willingly, then we're gonna have to make you go back.
Ну давайте, удивите меня. О, тем более Сайна есть. Смотри, ставим неожиданный геостолб и начинаем вам просто разносить, да? А чё на Сайна вообще стоит? Чё он? Как он вообще? О, понятно, он в ульту вкачан. Ну, собственно, поэтому я Сайна и не выбивал. Что-то как-то не очень мне играется на нем. Хотя вон ульта. Нормально.
This doesn't change anything. You're in over your head, Sino. There will be others coming for you. You'll regret it. Let's get out of here.
Догнать?
No need. Even if we apprehend them, there'll be little information to gain. I apologize for bringing you into this dangerous mess. Just being associated with me will inevitably cause you to become targets as well.
Да ладно.
You should be careful from now on. Sleep with one eye open.
Wait, hold on. There's no way anyone could sleep without closing their eyes.
You'd be surprised. Anyway, just be careful. Mercenaries are never quick to forget. In their line of work, even a single failure is bad for reputation. They may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long time, waiting for the right moment to ambush you.
Тебе это
They'll
знакомо?
do anything. Yes. I remember it like it was yesterday. I
Только-
was carrying out a mission with one of my superiors.
Флэшбэки пошли.
I didn't have much experience at the time, and I let my guard down after we had closed the case. We ended up being attacked by the remainder of the mercenaries. My superior was injured while protecting me, and we struggled to gain control of the situation. I've become more vigilant ever since, staying alert even while I sleep.
Whoa, who could have seen that coming? Was he okay?
He survived with a fractured wrist. It took 2 months for him to recover, but luckily, there weren't any further complications. Last year, he transferred to an administrative role for personal reasons, and no longer participates in live missions. His name is Radkani, a very well-respected Matra. You'll have the chance to meet him someday. Anyway, our mission will be dangerous. I'm already used to such grueling conditions, but I don't want to see you two get hurt.
Don't worry, Paimon will stay alert. We'll see danger coming a mile away.
Мы и раньше
Good.
не в такое
Don't worry.
попадали.
It won't be long till we're at the bottom of this. And
Надеюсь.
once this is all over, I'll sweep away any other hidden dangers.
Так, куда мы смотрим? Мы не туда смотрим. Я на сундук все время смотрел. Не могу просто так оставить его здесь. О, здорово, ты охраняешь этот сундук? Посмотрим, блин, мое путешествие здесь не заканчивается. Иди отсюда.
Where I go?
Order guide you. Solidify.
Это еще что за ручной дракон?
I'm out of here. Have a dash.
Ой, вообще, крита нету, ничего нету. Так, что я получил? 5 примагемов. Уже неплохо. Тире-ти-ти-тире. О, новая точка телепортации. Жесть. Красиво. Руда, 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 руда. 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 Еще руда. Стой. Где она? Покатилась. Эти штуки тоже мне нужны. Мне все нужно.
So hot. If only there was some shade for us to cool off under.
Могу закопать тебя.
We still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer. This is not a good place to rest anyway.
Okay. But don't you too, Sino?
Of course. But I'm accustomed to these conditions.
Care to share any tips? Paimon's about to melt away.
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind. The moment you start to give in is when you'll feel more tired. Take one step after another. Don't let your mind perceive your body's limitations. We must get somewhere safe before we can relax.
Okay, if you say so. But where would be a more safe place to rest? Paimon thinks this is a perfectly safe place to stop. Just look around, it's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around. Whoa! Where did these scorpions come from?
Watch out. Something's not right about them.
О нет, скорпионы! Что же нам делать? У-у-у. Собрать их всех вместе. Берешь скорпиона, вот так вот втащил, и все, и нет проблемы. Остаемся здесь. Отлично.
Those weren't just normal scorpions. See? There are marked numbers on their pincers. They were raised by someone.
Oh.
Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent to keep us away. We are surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out here, nobody would ever know.
This place is super dangerous. Good thing we didn't let our guard down.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert, so how could they know where we are? Stay still.
Что такое? На мне жучок? О.
Here's the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Huh? What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharawar. They can use this to discern your approximate location.
Фига у них технологии. Пустыня-то.
Where did they get it? Could someone from the Ksharawar also be involved? But that doesn't seem right.
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed! Why would it be on him?
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier.
Я ничего не
It
заметил.
was a frantic fight. It's only natural you didn't notice the device.
Well, good thing you were able to find it, Sino. Now let's get rid of it.
No. Hold on to it for now.
Сундук.
It might still be useful for us. Let's keep heading to the auction. It would be dangerous to linger here any longer.
Да, я увидел сундук, все. Все, вижу цель, не вижу препятствий. Нет, монстры! Зашибись. Это нужно факелы тут позажигать, да? Так, один вижу, второй там был. Так.
Good eye.
Так, один готов. Второй я видел там. Да, откат у тебя, конечно, долгий. Так, еще две надо. Что там наверху? Блин, тут еще один сундук. Сколько ж тут сундуков? И там еще сундук. Кошмар. Так, о, все, я увидел. Вон один, вон второй. Быстрей, быстрей! Быстрей! Не тухни! Все. Отлично.
Oh, what a cute treasure coffin.
Кстати, да, нужно же ее тоже подготовить к Рирану. Вторник, пятница, воскресенье. Ага. Ага. Понятно. Извини, но нет, ты не готова. Ну-ка, собрались все. Опа, какой-то ларек, в котором капсулы знаний.
Weird. Is this where the auction is? Yeah, not a single soul. Maybe they're on break right now or something.
They didn't waste any time getting here after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have been able to give any warning of our arrival.
Но кто-то уже предупредил.
But even so, they still knew we were coming. Someone here must have been watching the tracker and warned everyone to clear out.
Aw, what should we do now?
We searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly. There might still be something left for us to find.
All right, let's take a good look around the area.
Замечательно. Включаем режим детектива. Для этого нужен детектив. Обычные капсулы знаний. Судя по всему, они не имеют отношения ни к чему вообще. Здесь лежит целый склад капсул знаний. На рынке за них можно выручить огромное состояние. Вот следы. Сейчас мы по следам пойдем, да? Вьючный як спокойно пьет воду. Это подозрительно. Следы. Смотрите, следы, давайте по ним пойдем. Да, я нашел следы.
Nothing in particular.
It's possible there weren't many knowledge capsules containing info about the Court of Desolation, so they carried those off. But don't worry, I have another idea. You two start heading back the way we came. I will remain hidden here. Come back and meet me here after some time has passed. I'm sure something will come up by then. They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time to carry off all their goods. They won't just leave them here. Once they think we've left the premises, they'll be back to pick up their belongings. We just need to make sure the tracker goes far enough from here to make them assume that it's safe to come back.
Oh, Paimon gets it. We'll lure them out because they'll think we've left. Okay, we'll step...
Yes, and don't worry. If they dare to return, I'll make sure they stay.
О, мрачно, мрачно. Отойдите от места проведения. Я могу в Инадзуму сразу телепортнуться. Подойдет? Так, вон там как раз точка телепортейшена будет. Сайку бы еще чуть прокачать. Еще один сундук, да что же такое? Сколько сундучков? Вообще, как понял, персонажей лучше качать парами. Потому что если одному что-то не подойдет, подойдет другому. А если чисто на одном сфокусироваться, то это долго можно так застрять.
I will have order.
Whirling snow.
Ладно. Ну и где еще один? О, смотрите на него. Стреляет он в меня, да? На, постреляй. Всего мой сундук.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Хорошо. А где точка телепортации? Там, что ли? Плохо. О, точка для фотографий. Это тоже примагемы. Примагемы нам нужны. Есть? Хорошо. Красиво. А примагемы где? Я типа тут был, что ли? Все, мы достаточно далеко отошли. Как ты устаешь? Ты же летаешь. Как насчет того, чтобы я тебя закопал здесь? Все, сейчас возвращаемся туда, такой, Сайна, ты нам что-нибудь оставил? Только трупы. Бабочки тут летают вообще на халяву. А, это Treasure Hunters. Собрались в круг все. Получили крита от Аяки, не получили, да? Ладно. Больно надо. Все. Хорошо, хорошо. Гриб откопали. Лучше бы ты был сундуком. О, он там уже с кем-то болтает, а я думал, тут будет такое побоище прямо. По-моему, это другой чувак.
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead. He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here. Am I right?
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Sino. If I had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gotten so greedy.
Huh? Greedy? What do you mean by that?
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know, free merchandise is good business, but I suppose there's no use explaining it.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned
Как
knowledge.
ты посмел забрать то, что не принадлежит тебе? Так кто бы говорил?
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation elsewhere. If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my family in danger.
All right. Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru village? It should be safe there.
Это ловушка.
Fine. Let's head out. You can throw away the tracker now, traveler.
Это явно какая-то подстава.
Come on now. Do you really think I'd try to pull?
Я буду туда пешком идти, что ли? У меня телепорты есть. Чувак, к тебе потом вернемся. Все по порядку. Нет, это не ловушка. А, они будут давить на жалость. Привет, твой папа преступник.
This is my daughter, Simi. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Sino in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Sino, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away, I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
Интересно, почему?
Why is that?
Everything from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Every step of the process involves dozens, if not hundreds of people. Massive profits have brought everyone together in this business. Everyone will try their best to defend this industry that we've worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight, even for you, Sino. And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse.
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests. Thank you.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tastier.
Так, по-моему, это подстава какая-то.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Как-то подозрительно. Она не сахар подмешала.
Say that everyone's in it for the massive profits? That sure doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I was hoping to ask you for a favor. My daughter was born with a chronic disease, so she has a relatively weak heart and lungs. Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint and prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most of the time. She has to take lots of medicine, and it doesn't come cheap. As for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wake up early and travel all around to make a profit. But the Mora was still nowhere near enough. I could only watch my daughter's health deteriorate day by day. Until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a profit.
Selling canned knowledge.
That's right. With all the Mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me happier than seeing her get better. There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Sino. Give us a way to survive.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
Все.
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child. But I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling. These are two completely different issues.
I somehow knew you would say that. having your word to help my daughter is enough for me. Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look around the back of my home. You'll find some goods I received just recently. I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Whoa! Look at all of this!
Yes. All neatly packed away and organized in boxes. To think that this is only one dealer's worth. Small producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity of goods. Could the academia have a hand in this? But such a volume of goods wouldn't be able to slip through inspection.
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other knowledge capsules we've seen. Maybe they contain knowledge about the Court of Desolation.
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this?
Когда-нибудь такую видел? Я такую вообще не понимаю.
It's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed Matra inspection. I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker.
Это его старый друг, который вывихнул руку. Все, я понял. Он ушел на гражданку и стал контрабандистом. И печать Матры везде шлет, потому что она у него есть.
No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind this. Even I find it hard to believe. Could I ask you for a favor, traveler?
Ну давай.
Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely that the knowledge regarding the Court of Desolation originated from research files stored within the academia. If we can enter the repository, we can find out who accessed these files.
Да твой друган, по-любому.
Considering my current status, if I suddenly show up at the academia now, it will only draw unnecessary attention. You'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
Sure thing! Leave it to us!
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia, it's obvious that they also have power outside of it. We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari. I'll stay here and make some preparations. You can come find me anytime if you uncover more info.
Все понятно, погнали. Возвращаемся в Сумеру. О, и за это теперь мне дадут примагемы. Замечательно. В академию. Какие жирные голуби.
How's everything going with your thesis?
I should be able to publish it next month. A few days ago, I was worried that I'd have to stop my work on it. Thankfully, that didn't come to pass.
Well, Azar was one of your thesis advisors. Honestly, I was afraid that you might have gotten dragged down as well. How did things get settled?
The newly appointed acting Grand Sage reviewed all of our projects and gave us permission to continue our research.
О, Хальтама.
Acting Grand Sage? That sounds like a new thing.
Yeah, I heard that selecting new sages has been taking some time, so he's just filling in. But it's all thanks to him that our research results weren't jeopardized. Once my paper is published, I'm definitely giving myself a long vacation and getting some much-needed rest. Mondstadt sounds like a good idea.
Сейчас начнутся туры. А почему никто не едет в Снежную отдыхать?
Professor, I'm puzzled as well. Just going by qualifications, you're one of our most preeminent scholars. I don't know why they picked a stripling like him.
Fool! Do you think I'm angry because I wasn't chosen for the position? No! It's because I don't understand why they
ты посмотри на себя и посмотри на Аль-Хайтама. Тут, ну, явно на главного чувака назначат его, а не тебя. Особенно с таким голосом.
What brazen arrogance! Misery of miseries! For the Academia to have him as the acting grand sage?
Professor, don't get so worked up. I'll go get you some water.
Psst. Want to hear a secret? I've heard the new acting grand sage is from Haravatat.
Really? Who is it?
Someone named Al-Haytham. Never met him myself, but he's a real hot topic right now. Lots of things being said about him. Hard to tell what's true and what isn't, though.
Да, в последнее время разговор действительно только о нем. Почему ты его не убиваешь? Почему ты его хочешь убить? Все разговоры только о нем, только об Аль-Хайтаме, блин. Теперь выговоришь еще.
There's also a Vahumana scholar who's been in the spotlight recently. They say that he's a likely pick to be one of the next sages.
Oh, is he teaching any courses? Maybe we should drop by.
Wow. News of Al-Haytham being the acting grand sage sure spread fast. Some people don't know who he is, though. Guess he's less famous than Paimon thought. Some people are saying good things and others bad. Especially that old guy just now. He really doesn't like Al-Haytham.
Некоторые сравнивают его с Кицин, некоторые его просто так хейтят, некоторые просто не хотят его убивать. Но чел на обсуждении.
Hey, are you okay?
The Matra.
The Matra?
I'm Ilias. I have to talk to a Matra about something important.
In the state you're in? You shouldn't push yourself. Why don't you tell us what happened and we'll pass on your message to a Matra?
No, I have to tell them myself. They are the only ones I could trust. Sorry, can you lend me your arm? This is an important matter. Failure is not an option.
Как-то очень подозрительно. Да Пайма, нахера ты согласилась, ну? Блин, какой огромный голубь. Все, в академию. Вкатываемся.
Hello, we meet again.
Здорово.
Have you managed to find Sino? If so, how's he doing?
Нормально.
I read the letter and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so serious. Sorry.
Блин, какой яркий фонтан-то, ё-моё. Я же вроде даже яркость убавил.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research files stored away in the restricted repository are far from ordinary. Everything there is essentially about dangerous research that's forbidden by the Academia. Even I don't usually have authorization to enter. But with this letter from Sino, it shouldn't be a problem.
Запрещенные исследования.
That's right. Granted, the Academia is very supportive when it comes to research. They encourage scholars to conduct all kinds of studies. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. Normally, after some particular research becomes prohibited, the majority of the related files will be destroyed. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Such information is kept in the restricted repository, which is heavily guarded. Follow me, I'll show you. Hopefully, we'll find the answers that Sino is looking for.
Restricted repository? Sounds kinda dangerous. We'd better keep an eye out.
Секретный архив. Звучит опасно. Давай пойдем. Я не понял, я не туда пошел, что ли? Что это такое? Золотой шакал, да, все правильно. Другая глава началась просто. Заваливаемся в секретный архив.
Okay, I understand. Since Sino is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions, but I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. Sino happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
А почему ты с нами не пойдешь? Это же буквально вон метр пройти. Записи из дела ученого школы. Хорват! Я не успел прочитать, что за ерунда. Приговоренного к тюремному заключению за расшифровку запрещенных документов. Ну. Где подсказки? Подсказки. Нет, это не то. Это стул. Это то же самое. Нет, это тоже то же самое. Так, что-то я не понимаю. Где тут что искать? О! Так, не то. Может, вот это? Да. Ох, сколько читать-то. Имя исследователя звучит знакомо. Да, ну я же тогда еще сказал, то, что это, блин, друган Сайна, который был матрой, который перешел на гражданку. Ну это же, блин, очевидно.
Murtады Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Sino didn't know about it.
Можем с ним встретиться?
Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his own life not long after he went to prison.
Ой, да конечно.
Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty. He used to be Sino's only partner. Taj is also skilled with the polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Sino mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Murtady incident.
Taj was already very well known by the time Murtady was born. So when Murtady came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Murtady was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of academia rules. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree. Shortly after, Murtady slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl.
О, какая жесть, блин, что такое? Ну, горло, блин, перерезать себе осколком чашки. Какая-то, блин, жестяк вообще.
He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
That's awful.
Хнык-хнык. Пайман грустно. Вот это перевод.
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now.
Да я его сразу подозреваю.
Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only
его
one who
репутация
could
его
have
просто
gone through
прикрывает.
research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death. Or even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj
Опять
is
эта
trying to
тема
bring
с
Mortada
возвращением
back.
людей из
No,
мертвых.
I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Paimon's kinda confused. What should we do from here?
Еще поспрашиваем.
Oh, now that I think about it, Sino suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right?
No.
There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find. Don't worry, Tosh. I won't let your reputation be tarnished.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Но не через главный же явно вход они это вывозили. Так, может у него что-нибудь можно спросить еще?
Do you have any other question?
У меня, ну, получается, нет вопросов. Сейчас поспрашиваем, не видели ли вы огромные коробки, которые вывозили прямо через парадный вход?
Hey there, excuse us, but is Sino at the academia?
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra Sino? I'm afraid he's out on a mission right now. But if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on to him.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with Amatra. It sounds like something urgent.
Oh? If you don't mind, why don't you tell me about it first?
Так, тут, судя по всему, пересекаются квесты.
Siraj. Siraj. That name sounds familiar. Isn't he a Vahumana researcher?
Vahumana researcher?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent.
Vahumana.
There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue, good sir. What about Siraj?
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment. He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment everywhere. I ran as fast as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught me.
There's no rush. Please, take your time. What kind of experiments was he conducting? Where is this cave?
I don't remember.
Huh? You can't remember?
All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling weird. It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous, and that they must be stopped. Oh, I heard they conduct business in the tavern. We have to hurry.
Even if what you say is... All right. I'll have some of my colleagues look into Siraj. But before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
You think I'm lying?
О, у вас еще и детектор лжи есть.
This is just standard protocol. Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little while? We'll be back soon.
Да, мы пока по другому квесту пойдем. О, приперся.
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test.
Отлично.
This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an investigation based on the leads he provided. Per protocol, this matter was reported to Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Huh. It's kind of weird for you to be working with the Matra. Is there a special reason?
You're overthinking things. My interest was piqued is all.
Really? I'm unsurprised you have this much free time. In that case, let's join in as well, shall we, Traveler?
It's already against protocol for Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham to participate in this investigation. As for you two... Oh, never mind. After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany us, but you have to promise to keep everything confidential.
Don't you worry. Our lips are sealed.
Да, вот кроме Паймана.
All right. In that case, I'll fill you in on what we know so far. Ilyas claimed that Siraj will be conducting some business with the Kasharawar researcher at the tavern. This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he stumbled upon this information while escaping. Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the academia right now. He applied for long-term off-site research 1 month ago. It's close to the time that Ilyas had given, so we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any suspicious persons.
That's right. Arath, prepare to head out. You two, do as you will.
Отлично. Он сказал, вы двое как хотите. Я хочу проходить тот квест, на котором был. Так, я расспрашивал у людей о Грузии. Тут внезапно приперся Аль-Хайтам и со своим квестом. Здорово.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Давайте спросим кого-то еще. Этого, например.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day. Everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Замечательно. Итак, до тех пор, пока мы не найдем нужного NPC. О, ты знаешь.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kasharawar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. A dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kasharawar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened?
Что?
A man named Taj came here and told me that he already inspected the goods person and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
There must be some sort of mistake.
Да я тебе с самого начала говорил, что это он был. Да.
Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
И убежал.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumera City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
Вполне вероятно.
No way. Taj is just like Sino. They're considered heroes among the Matra.
Был.
No way that he would. Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
Да, ордер нам не нужен на обыск.
Don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
Да. Все, погнали, обшарим его дом. Заодно заберем то, что неправильно лежит. Как вот эти артефакты. Кстати, насчет артефактов. Хотел треуголочку прокачать на бонус лечения и восстановления. Все. Давайте обшаривать чужие дома. Где он там живет? В огромном поместье.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
Отличная идея.
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry?
Но я б сломал.
Anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission.
Может, об этом надо было до этого подумать? Как будто у меня есть выбор. Давай, вломимся и обшарим его дом.
What's this?
Капсулы?
Paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes. This is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Sino might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own.
Он не отступит.
You're right. That's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Sino and let him decide how to proceed.
Вломиться туда. О, отлично. Теперь мне по карте его искать надо еще, да?
If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we speak. I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Sino will know what to do.
All right, we'll give these to Sino and see. Let's go.
Так, где у нас Сайна? Сайна здесь, а судя по карте, там где-то вот здесь вот было, да?
It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember, He is a straight-laced man, although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time. He would never do anything against his beliefs.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure.
Да почему вы все не уверены, это он?
The incident with Murtada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change. Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons. We have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather.
Да.
That's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case. Yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking.
Все отлично. Так, следуя указаниям, найдите. А что искать? Вон оно. Хорек. Здорово. Заодно и сундучелось откроем. Как хорошо. Здорово, загораете? На вам камушек. Маленькую тефтелину. Хорошо.
Today is a lucky day.
Не успел взлететь. Ну что такое? Опять застряла ты. О, еще один сундучок. Нам явно вон туда. Блин, я не успел прицелиться, ну. Вот так-то. Хорошо, сколько стрел. Все, погнали врываться в их логово. Чертог упокоения. А это подземелье, да, финальное? Да. Итак, нам тут нужен дендро, гидро, электро. У меня ничего из этого нету. Ну, предположим, электро. Дендро, я надеюсь, там не надо будет применять. А, электрошайна будет, ё-моё. Все, тогда берем путешественника обыкновенного и все, я думаю, так сработает. Сайна же будет там электро, так что зачем мне брать своих непрокачанных электро, я не знаю. О. Что там на нем одето? Как и в прошлый раз? Сундучок, сундучок, здорово! Сундучок мне давай. Хило бы мне. Блин, электричеством надо бить по нему. Все. Хорошо. Сколько-то у меня там на одну крутку еще не накопилось, нет? Ничего.
These walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Все. Так, где у меня еда? Генерал Махаматра. Опа.
Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Они просто спят. Раз они просто спят, не будем их беспокоить. О, красиво.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in.
И музыка такая.
That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Воу. Все, пошел Том Брайдер. Пем. Блин, музыка в наушниках шикарная просто. О, здорово. Хочешь подраться? Получай. На, лови след. И реакцию. И столб деда, блин. Нормально. О, сейчас будет эпичный разговор. Как ты посмел? Ты же был матрой. Вот мы и встретились.
Ah, Sino. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
No.
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did But as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Sino. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once? Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
Что-то как-то запаздывает дорожка. Ну все, давай проверим копье. Иди сюда. Нормально, да? Да.
Your strength. You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember.
Да вообще не почувствовал, даже не ударил ни разу.
When I entered the Court of Desolation, this is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even life and death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy.
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
Где он ранен-то?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line. Just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
Huh? What do you mean, Sino?
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Murtada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate. and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even sacrificing lives, in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Murtada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone.
А зачем с нами драться тогда было, а не сразу сказать, что ты хочешь его уничтожить?
That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find.
А с нами ты сейчас зачем дрался тогда?
But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The Academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the Academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the Academia alone.
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this, as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless.
Это все был один большой тест просто. А зачем ты с нами тогда здесь дрался?
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn.
Он мертв внутри уже.
You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research in this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Murtada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Murtada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
И все, мы его типа просто так тут оставим под завалами, что, блин, за фигня? Все, ролики. Ой. Опять печальный конец.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
Alright, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
Да уж. И заживо был погребен под песком. Ужас. Куда он исчез? Он же просто песком. Он просто песком завалился. Ну, можно же откопать это. Ну, что такое? Если у них такая большая организация, они могут просто взять эти 300 человек с лопатами и откопать это все обратно.
Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation. But it won't be long before they continue searching for another target. That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Thank you. But you've already done enough.
Да, все, пришло время мне получать награду.
I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger. So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebob 4 days from now.
4 дня? Подождите 4 дня? Какой кошмар. 4 дня ждать. И ради чего я буду 4 дня ждать? Ну, в принципе, да, можно подождать. В караван Рибате. Ну что ж. Бармен, неси чай. Мы будем ждать 4 дня. Только послезавтра можно. Ладно. Хотя можно эти 4 дня было бы где-нибудь побегать, что-то поделать, но мне уже надо закругляться, так что надо подождать, получить свою награду. И все. Все, я подождал достаточно. Замечательно.
Again, thank you so much for all your help.
Пожалуйста.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Rebob, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared.
Что случилось, пока я пил чай?
The last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end. At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, Sino crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Radkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Sino all across Sumero.
То есть всю организацию накрыли, что ли?
But was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
Is Sino alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment on his
Более
own.
300 человек.
Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. Even we start feeling a little nervous when he's around now. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored to have Sino around. By the way, are you guys here to see Sino? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Хорошо.
Sure thing, Nibio. You be careful too.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime.
Ну, сейчас по-хорошему этот квест должен закончиться тем, что Сайна найдет врача для той девчушки. Это Тигнари.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during the interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Murtady Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Murtady had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research where he'd seen groundbreaking and significant. After Murtady died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will and can help me collect more testing data.
Sino! Tainari! Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Sino?
That's right. Sino asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Simin.
Whoa.
I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember. And Sino, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know? Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
How is Kale these days?
Oh.
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving a Vidya forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek after canned knowledge. So I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
Он тут за ней присмотрит.
Three of you can find me in the Avidya forest. Take care.
Давай, удачки, будешь сидеть в конце моего листа. Единственный пятизвездочный персонаж, который мне выпал, который мне не нужен, которого я не хочу.
So you can relax.
What about you, Sino?
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors and my partner.
Наверное, это непросто.
I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them. Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj. But I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
Да уж, печальненько. Не-не-не-не-не, я не буду крутить десятку, я боюсь, что у меня гарант упадет. Ну ладно, Сайна, спасибо тебе за этот квест. Жалко, что чувака завалило песком.
So I arrested the merchant on charges of provocation and disturbing the peace. Do you know anything about this?
Oh.
Nope. Paimon has no idea what that could be.
Ты о ходячем Вайлдберрисе? Да. В общем, интересный квест был. В следующий раз пройдем что-нибудь другое. А сейчас, к сожалению, мне пора. Так что спасибо всем, кто смотрел, кто не смотрел. Ой, увидимся, когда увидимся. Ой, трындец, 2 часа просидел. Ой. Была бы смола, были бы... Ты меня каждый раз перебивать будешь. Ладно, всем спасибо за просмотр, за непросмотр. Можете не подписываться, мне все равно. Всем удачи, до свидания, хороших выходных.